I should poke the... I should have did this already. Which one of these is it? It's webcam properties. Configure. Hello, random people that might be showing up or seeing this in the future. Yes, I am always this, ready. Let me actually get some sound going, which I haven't sorted out properly yet, so that was probably stupidly loud. Come on, YouTube. Let me have just a teeny amount of volume. Oh. YouTube. Well, that looks good. Now I need to, because I do not trust Restream to give me YouTube chat. I also don't expect anyone to be here, but better safe than sorry. Get that. YouTube chat can be right there. Yeah, that works. I was ready for this. This wasn't just a spur of the moment thing. What are you all talking about? I fully expect this to be a kind of stream that most people are going to be watching in the future if they feel like watching it. Yeah, I need to be somewhere by 9. It's 6. So I'm literally just doing this because I can't think of anything else to do to pass the time. And I will go crazy if I can't think of anything else to do to pass the time. This takes me back into California. Though, I mean, I haven't really driven around New Mexico much. Yeah, let's head to New Mexico. This one will work. Yeah! Old man McGee's trucks got this. I don't know what any of those stats mean. Do I look like a car person? Seriously, look at me. I'm not a car person. I am fully expecting Frisk to get into things, though. Because it's just that time of day. She just does that. I should really start adding a link to DJ the S in the description for these. Woo, things have not loaded in yet. Game? There it goes. You know, game, you're supposed to do that during loading sequences, not after I've already set to go in game. Now, to get back into my habit of just kind of rambling to myself. For any of those watching in the future that may be wondering why I need to be somewhere, I'm getting my photo ID. This side of the road. And I need my photo ID because I've actually got a job. Kind of. I've not passed the background check yet, but I've never broken the law. So, well, broken the law and got caught. That's the important part. As far as the law is concerned, I've never broken it. And me saying I've broken the law doesn't mean anything. So, you know. I can say I've broke the law all I want. It needs to actually be some proof that I broke the law for it to matter. That's literally how that works. Innocent until proven guilty. Doesn't matter if I say I'm guilty, because I'm, you know, if I was asked by a police officer, I'd say, no, I've never committed the crime. I've never broken the law. That time I was probably seen jaywalking, wasn't me. The time I was heavily suspected of shoplifting when I actually was. That wasn't me either. Yeah, don't be like me, kids. I say kids as if any kid could be watching right now. It's the middle of the night for most of North America. Though, I suppose, might be some Europeans watching, and potentially even some European children. So don't be like me. Do not follow the example of the not very well-behaved Canadian. Playing a trucking simulator. at 6:16 in the morning. I mean, I'm going to be making salads at 6:16 in the morning very soon. So I'm going to be doing salad bar stuff all night. So, because that is what I will be doing as a job. Because it's basically already just kind of a shoo-in. I'm going to pass the background checks, so I've literally already been basically welcomed aboard by one of the managers, because it's kind of a shoo-in, but my expired learner's license doesn't count as a photo ID anymore because it's expired. I don't look much different than I did when I was 17. But apparently, it's just so different now that it doesn't count anymore. I'll never understand that kind of stuff, though. Just weird bureaucracy. Though I will mention, like, I honestly don't know where I would be if it wasn't for, like, my sister and mother being able to bail me out. Because, as mentioned, I need a photo ID to get this job. Photo IDs aren't free. They cost money. I don't have money because I've been unemployed since 2012. Not through lack of trying, mind you. I have had a fair few interviews in the amount of time that has passed, and I've also submitted, at this point, probably hundreds to, close to thousands of applications for jobs. I've just only had a handful of interviews. The secret? I've started lying. That is the secret to getting interviews. Lie. At least if you're in my position. For anyone watching this just as a VOD, or potentially watching right now, because I appear to actually have a viewer. Hello, viewer. I am a high school dropout. Not through exactly my own will, but more some unfortunate circumstance that kind of forced me to drop out, that also led to me being literally unable to go back to school. Hello! I'm just gonna call you Buddy. Whoa, I almost hit that truck. Yeah, that's right, you slow down. I should never actually drive. Yes, welcome. I am just rambling to myself because that's just kind of what you have to do when there's no one in chat to talk with. But yeah, the secret if you're a high school dropout to getting a job is to lie. Don't tell them you're a high school dropout. They're not gonna check. They've not with me for any of the interviews I've had. So I actually got that advice from a buddy in an MMO I play called EVE Online. Well, used to play. I don't play it anymore. Got kind of burnt out. But he was I can't confirm anything, obviously, because he's just random dude online. But he claimed to have been basically an employer, and made mention that he never once actually checked up on someone's education history, as long as it wasn't for, a job that would require specific knowledge. Like, if it's a trade, yeah, they're gonna check up if you actually went to that trade school you're claiming you went to. But, like, a supermarket is not gonna check you have your grade 12 / high school diploma, for those who aren't Canadian and don't know grade 12 means high school diploma. Me, as somebody that doesn't overly like lying, it's not the easiest to, lie about that stuff, but I have. Technically, I still told the truth. Because on my resume, it It mentions I dropped out of high school and I completed my GED. The only lie is that I completed my GED. I have not actually completed it. I was back at a local community college to do it and fell into a deep depression, and yeah, that ain't gonna happen. But yeah, how are you there, buddy, on this fine night, morning, whatever it happens to be for you? It's morning for me. Yeah, I've had plenty of experience talking to myself. Because before I even started having the idea of, hey, I'm going to make content for the internet, I already talked to myself while playing video games. So if I wasn't recording it or streaming it, I'd still be doing it. So, you know, I'm crazy. I think anyone that decides to do anything for the internet is a bit crazy. Trying not to set my cup down too hard. I bang my table. Big flash sale! Oh man. Yeah, I am very much excited to finally be getting another job. It's only been 9 years. Fun fact for those watching in the future and those watching now who do not know this story. My first and only job I've had, well, official job, I had one under the table. I don't count it as having a job, though, because it was under the table. I shouldn't have even been doing it, but hey, it was money. I wasn't going to turn it down. My first and only job was working at a fish processing plant in my hometown that my supposed father was basically he was effectively the right-hand man manager type person of the business. He fired me. Yeah. Back when I lived in my hometown, I actually had the owner of that fish processing plant call multiple times asking me if I wanted my position back, and I would just say no because my old man was still working there, and I know it would just end the same. He would just tell me to go home again, and he has the power to do that, basically, so... Plus, he and I, as you might imagine, after that, do not get along. Well, that and other such things as him openly admitting to cheating on my mother, and then being shocked that none of his children much cared for that. Imagine that one. I would say, if he and I were forced to be in a room together, I wouldn't start the fight, but if he started it, I would finish it. Because he is quite significantly older than I am, and a smoker. And I may be out of shape and fat, as this shows, but I'm more in shape than he is. Welcome to small town Canada. We're the rednecks of Canada. Yeah, I thought that was lower. Nah, I still need to pull out. I feel like I'm only gaining on these other vehicles because I am using kilometers per hour. I could be wrong on that, though. Maybe I'm not. But I don't ever run into this when I'm playing on my personal save, where I just use miles per hour. I only even particularly use kilometers here, just so it's easier to tell without me having to say it that I am Canadian. And I constantly criticize American roads because they don't make any sense. But, you know. West Coast Tours. Oh, there's actually people on there. I just need to keep an eye on the time because I do need to make sure that my mother is awake by about 7:30, so about an hour from now. I'm gonna probably continue streaming until 7:38, but I will go and wake her up at 7:30. Assuming she doesn't just get up on her own before then. So as much as I'm definitely a dangerous driver in this game, I will actually probably be seeing about getting my license shortly after. Well, probably come the spring. I've never driven before. I'd rather not learn how to drive in the winter. That can wait until next winter. Once I already have a decent grasp on driving in general. Plus, this will be spring in Nova Scotia, so probably won't be spring weather. It'll be second winter. I just want to give it till at least like March-ish. Come, Sylph. I haven't listened to these songs too much. The funny thing I've run into with looking at cars up here, and I'm literally just looking at buying a car from somebody that, like, just from an owner, because, well, quite simply, I know nothing about cars, and that is the exact type of person a car dealership likes to screw over. So I'd rather not go to a dealership until I know a bit more about cars, know what I'm looking at, what I'm looking for, what a vehicle is more worth. My girlfriend's parents run a dealership, and let's be honest, even knowing nothing about cars, I can easily tell they overcharge for things. When I can literally search in the province that they're in, or even just the town they're in, for the exact same model of car, and find it for like $30,000 less. Yeah, they're overcharging. And that's in the same condition. But I know not every dealership is that stupid, but, you know. But, yeah, like, I've been hearing, because I actually watch a couple of car channels on YouTube, that being Wrench Everyday and Tavarish. Technically, same channel. It's the same dudes. But, you know, I do watch those. And they've been talking for a while about how the car market in the US is, you know, really weird and super expensive right now. Meanwhile, I'm looking at cars around here, and things that they're saying are now worth like 10 grand plus in the US are worth like 4,000 up here. That's going to be like a few months of work for me, and I will be able to afford. I can't see much other than blurs. I have already passed a driver's test once. My blurry right eye apparently doesn't matter. I should probably pull over to the side. But I like it over here. What does that mean? Or is that just there to be colored? I'm confused. I'm very confused by what that stuff is there for. Are they like dominoes? Like if you got out and pushed one, would they all fall over? Probably not. But yeah, like I am very much like I'm in a position where I am fairly confident that within by next March I will be able to comfortably afford a car. Even if I don't get the most hours, that I'll still be able to comfortably afford it, because I can, just from looking around, it's not hard to find cars around here that aren't stupidly expensive, that run and don't have issues, and, you know, have clean titles. Which I know is a lot of stuff that is really important when it comes to getting a used car. Especially for an idiot like me that doesn't know what I'm doing. I could probably, with enough time, figure out how to do stuff like changing brakes and, you know, air filters. Easy stuff. There's no way I'm going to be able to figure out how to, like, change a timing belt if that becomes an issue, or, you know. I just don't know enough. And you'd think, given, you know, once again, grew up basically in redneck country Canada, that I would know more about cars, but I don't. I just mostly never really had much interest in them. I have had plenty of time to research cars and such. Never had an opportunity to work on a car, though I knew some guys going through school that if I had made mention of, hey, I kind of want to learn how to work on cars, they probably wouldn't have said no to free extra labor for working on things. $55 for the turn. Well, I don't know what that speed even is in kilometers. I am fully expecting my normal viewers to be like, what the shit? Why were you streaming so late? Because I can. It's like a Wednesday, I think. I don't know. Days don't have much of meaning to me. And haven't for a very long time. man, stoplights coming off the highway, because that always makes sense. I can't say it terribly too much there, because Canada does that too. And I'll never understand it. Well. Shit. Come on, truck. You got this. Okay. Come on, vehicles. I need you to go. Oh, jeez. There's a lot of them. Damn it! Stupid stoplights! Okay, let me get a bird's eye view here. Okay. Wrong way. Back of this trailer is not happy. Okay. Now wait for these cars to go. Oh dear lord, why are there so many? The game knows I'm stuck. I've got the money. I don't have to care about just shoving them out of my way. But I don't want the fines. Thankfully, there's nothing parked behind me. See, this is why those poles suck. I should have just cut across the dirt. Like, that would have worked so much better. Oh, dear lord. This is not gonna... I need those out of the way. I need them out of the way so badly. And they're all stopping again. This is a point where I feel like in reality, that cop car would flash his lights, pull out, and start directing traffic to help me get around this. That turn sucks. I literally should have just cut across the freaking dirt. Okay, no. The trailer's not going to be happy about this, but let me... Yeah. Let me try something here. Okay. This is like the worst possible position to be in when it comes to one of these trailers, but... Oh, you're fine, fire truck. Can I get it? Okay. Yeah, well, I got one vehicle offense, but I'm free! I was almost at my destination, too. God damn it. Oh, well. I know in the future, don't take that turn. That turn sucks. Well, like, take the turn, but, like, take it on the dirt. Like, don't bother with the road. That stoplight is way too close. Well, I say that. It's more there just isn't room to frickin' maneuver around that corner when there's vehicles around. Oh, is there nowhere to get fuel up here? Ooh. That's gonna suck. I will say, when it comes to getting a vehicle, I am kind of tempted to, just, like, find a family member that knows what they're talking about when it comes to cars, and then to go to some dealership and get an actual nice new car under some sort of payment plan. But I'd rather not have to deal with that kind of stuff, especially just knowing the fact that as much as I'm going to work my hardest to make sure this doesn't happen, I potentially could be fired in 6 months of starting. So, you know, I'd rather not have an expense that I can't keep up with if I were to lose the job. I am actually reasonably careful when it comes to that sort of stuff. Okay, no, before I do this, okay, I can get gas here. I'm gonna go do that before I grab a job. That is fine. I've literally just been sitting here rambling, as I do. How is your morning / day going? / night. Could be any of them, honestly. Time zones are weird. Literally just been rambling about getting a, once I finally start working, potentially working towards getting a vehicle. And how I'm tempted to get one from a dealership. But at the same time, I'd rather not have that constant payment required. Just in case I potentially lose said job. Oof. I have had nights like that. Those suck. Only for me, it's waking up at like 10 a.m. and then again at like noon because I sleep during the day. I'm a night owl. Xing ahead. Oh man. I wasn't even looking at the lights. I'm good at this. I would be a safe and responsible driver. Let's be honest, in reality I probably would be, because I would actually be paying attention to things. Because it would actually matter. Donuts. Oh man. I need to make donuts again at some point. They're not the hardest things in the world to make. If you have a deep fryer, though probably deep fryer is the worst way to do them. But even if you just have like a pot that you can put oil in, and just a bunch of oil, you want probably like, this is just me, rough amounts. You want enough oil in the pot to probably be as deep as like, to put your index finger in it. You want it to be about that deep. Just so there's room for the donuts to exist within the oil. Where? Oh, it's on that side. Yep. I'm doing this all wrong. Good thing it's a video game. This is like something I am not looking forward to. This is freaking gas and stuff. I've never done this myself. Ever. So like, I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to like filling up at a gas station. And I know I'm gonna mess it up. At least at some point I am going to mess it up. Okay, let's see here. How do I stay in New Mexico? 'Cause I haven't... Well, I've been over here, but, like... I haven't been over here in a very long time. Yeah, this is probably the best. And hey, that's taking me through somewhere new, so... Keep an eye on the time, because I do need to wake my mother up in like 45 minutes ish. Won't matter if I'm a little late. That is assuming she doesn't wake up on her own as well, so... Which she may do. That's a sentence. My brain is like, what was that sentence? I don't know, brain. I don't know what that sentence was. Well, that sentence is, I've had 6 cups of coffee today. Train! There goes the end of number 6. At least that's not like a friggin' Nova Scotian train where I'd be sitting here for the next like 20 minutes as the train stops and starts in the middle of the road. In the middle of the day. I also have some hot chocolate if I do require more drink, which I probably will. Because my throat does tend to get decently sore while streaming. Because I do tend to have to talk pretty loud. Because this microphone is not great at picking me up. That is an investment I'm going to be making basically as soon as I can find decent enough equipment. I need in that lane. There's no one there. Well, immediately right there. Yeah, I'm going to be looking into actually getting a better microphone that I might not have to basically shout into. I'll be able to just talk at my normal voice volume, which you may or may not even be able to hear over the music currently. I know I'm probably going to still need to talk a bit loud because I am a very quiet person. But I shouldn't need to talk as loud, which is the hope. And a mulcher. Okay, how does that trailer even work? There's like none of it even... It's like on the ground. Okay. I don't fully understand these things, but... I am like the opposite of the target demographic for this game, but I still love it. Excuse me. So the music has stopped, so I shall have to fix that. Because thank you, YouTube. At the very least, it's it stopped it at the beginning of a song instead of like halfway through one. I didn't even see that vehicle coming. Is this a Christmas track? I think it is. DJ the S just has a bunch of music for all kinds of holidays. This might not be one, though. Like a Christmas track. But it might be. No train horn. I'll never understand that one. The whole no train horn. I should push that car ahead. I should do it. I don't want another fine, though. Yep, here it comes. Like, I get trains are pretty loud. And I could see, like, no horn at night. But why not horn during the day? Bit of extra warning. I mean, I know night owls like me are asleep, but... There goes blowing its horn. It's no horn, but it's blowing its horn. I feel lied to. I am indeed in single mode. Mostly because I'm probably not going to be running long, and I've actually never done the convoy mode. Van, please. I'm just gonna sneak right on by you here, Van. I don't care, game. I am not staying stopped on train tracks. Let's be honest, people probably wouldn't want me in their games, because I will do stuff like that. Yeah, but what I mean is the sign on the side of the road said no train horn. That's what I mean by I feel lied to. Because the sign itself was saying that there wouldn't be one, and then the train was blowing its horn. Slow. Not used to how this truck handles. I have this save for streaming and a personal save. My personal save truck handles so much differently than this one. It also has much less fuel, is much less powerful. But, you know. Old man McGee here has the best that money can buy. My personal save, I'm still kind of scrounging. Or at least the best money can buy for that company. Whatever that company even is. I don't know truck manufacturers. I barely know car manufacturers. Like, literally the only ones I know, like, if you were to ask me to name car manufacturers, the only two I could really name is Ford and Chevy. And that is it. I do not. I do not have coast to coast. I mean, I'm pretty content with the amount of American truck I have currently. Oop, the other lane. Chinese Ichito. This is a point where having a racing wheel would be very handy. Because then one-handing it would have been a lot more safe. But I'm one-handing it. I was just one-handing it with a controller. A broken controller, but, you know. I say it's broken. The bumper buttons don't always work. They've been working decently well. I mean, that is fair. Thing is, I've not even been everywhere over here yet, so... I mean, this job is taking me somewhere I've not been before. I mean, I used to play Euro Truck Sim without ever leaving the UK. So, like, I'm not one for going terribly far most of the time. Or even changing up locales too much. Though the biggest reason I never really left the UK with Euro Truck is just all of the frickin'... Like, the UK had some bad roads, but, like, France had some roads that were just awful. Actually, just for the hell of it, recently played some Euro Truck, and I forgot how wonky some of the hitboxes were for stuff. I had my truck basically completely stuck on something that it shouldn't have been stuck on. There was literally gap between me and the thing I was stuck on. But I was stuck. All my wheels are on the ground, but I could not go forward because... the game thought I was making contact with a guardrail that I wasn't making contact with. Like, that's one of those things that, like... back when it was just Euro Truck Sim 2 and Euro Truck Sim. Alright, buddy. Like, back when it was just those two games, a lot of the issues with Euro Truck Sim 2 were more ignorable because you didn't know what it could be. And then American Truck came out, and it's so much better. And, like, nothing against Euro Truck Sim 2. Like, I still like it. I just don't think I can play it anymore. Like, that's my major issue at the moment. Is, like, I honestly do not think I could even play it anymore. I'm good just pulling out. Which, you know, Euro Truck Sim 2 feeling so rough around the edges is a little sad to me because, I mean, I'm Canadian. I do... Jesus. Trucks, decide where you're going. I do feel slightly more of a connection driving in the UK than I do in the US because I'm Canadian. My ancestors were Scottish. Like... I've never once been to the US. I've never been out of Nova Scotia. Not that I don't like playing American Truck. I would just prefer to have American Truck hitboxes in Euro Truck. VTC? I don't know what that means. I'm terrible with that kind of stuff. I do apologize. I'm gonna break the law a bit here, but I need into this lane, and I'm not stopping. Yeah, I was born in Nova Scotia, and I have never left Nova Scotia. I was born in Halifax. I have left Halifax, though. Ah, okay. Neat. America's finest guy walking through wheat? That's a bold claim that the guy walking through wheat is the finest guy walking through wheat, but I doubt there's many guys walking through wheat in the US, so maybe it's not as bold of a claim as it sounds. Yes, I find a lot of the advertisements in this game kind of funny. Oh, excuse me again. Keep burping. Probably because I was just drinking coffee and now I'm drinking hot chocolate and my stomach is like, wait, what is this? What is this strange fluid suddenly appearing? Nice. I was gonna say I can't imagine many Canadians play this, but here I am, a Canadian playing this. So probably quite a few that actually play it. Ooh. Do I want to actually try one of these? Yeah, let's try it. Let's see how badly I can do. I'm gonna suck at this. Just so you're aware. Okay. So, GPS, help me out here. It's needed on that side. So, I Oop, too far, too far, too far. Wrong way. Come on. I can remember how this is done. Yeah. You are probably sitting there going, what are you doing? You're doing this all wrong. And I know I am. Yeah, that's... Blah. Basically, right back where I started. Okay, maybe reversing all that way is not going to work. I mean... Whoops. Reversing all that way is my only option. Okay. Because, yeah, there's no way in from the other side, because that's helpful. Wait. Hold on. What if I... Give me this G back. That feels like cheating. Come right over to here. Give myself as much space as possible to get this as straightened out as possible. Yeah. Okay. Reverse things. Nah, that's... I mean, that's kind of doing what I wanted it to do. But also not. I cannot see at the moment. Okay. Wrong way. This way. No. I'm gonna get stuck. I should... I should, see if I can salvage this and then just skip the parking. Though... Maybe... Maybe. That's not gonna get around. No. I'm closer, though, I think. I'm just gonna see if I can just get close enough to skip. This one might be a little too advanced for me. Let me, yeah, there's damage. Yeah, I'm only level 23 and can't do that. I don't want... I actually need to quickly step away. I will ask before I step away. Tell me if I was doing anything there right. Other than backing up. Backing up is obvious. Yeah, I'll be back in about a minute. Alright, I am back. I probably have time for like one more short trip before I need to end the stream off and do up a bunch of stuff before I head out to get my photo ID done up. So let's see. Short jobs. Let's see. Those don't seem like they're going to be short. Those seem like, yeah. These are just terrible. Jesus. These are just terrible jobs. Short. Yeah, that's short. That's the trip I just did, but in reverse. What about you? Yeah, this one's at least to a different place. I'll do this one. I mean, it might help if it was daytime so I could actually see more around me, but that one's definitely just a tad too advanced for me. I mean, I rarely ever do the parking like that, so I believe my cat is on the back of my table. Chris. Meow. Down. You be good. Whoa. I get it's not really an advanced parking job, but it's too advanced for me. I'm calling myself bad at the game. Basically. Well, I'm bad at parking. And I'm a reckless driver, but that isn't exactly a bad thing. Not until I get stuck somewhere, anyway. And I mean, like, I understand the concepts of backing up like that. At least I think I do. But I'm definitely far from being able to put them into practice. Like, I know you basically turn the way you want the trailer to go. Or the opposite. Ah. That is fair. That's fair. I'm gonna go visit some aliens. And that's the thing that's the point where I say something that'll potentially piss people off. I do believe aliens exist. I don't believe they've ever been stupid enough to crash onto Earth. Maybe some of their junk has, but not the aliens themselves. I refuse to believe any species, even humans, once we gain that capability, would, gain the technology to traverse space, visit other worlds, I refuse to believe a species like that is going to just crash land on a planet. Can you imagine the number of planets they passed getting here? There's no way they're gonna crash land. Like... Well, I mean, given the former president, like the very last president the US had, we can be pretty confident there aren't aliens. Because he would have wanted to deport them. So... You know. And just for context, I say that in a purely joking way. I'm Canadian. We're supposed to make fun of you guys and your presidents. It's what we do. Assuming you're American. You might not be. I don't know. Point still stands. It's what Canadians do to make fun of American presidents. Yeah, see, either of them would have admitted there's aliens there. So, you know. That kind of throws that right out the window. I mean, honestly, just the idea that any group of humans could keep a secret like that for as long as it's been that those theories have been around, that in of itself kind of disproves the potential of aliens. We humans are not that great at keeping secrets. That is fair. I'm Canadian. I don't vote at all. Which in of itself is another thing that'll probably make people quite angry. But Canada's political system is like Americans, you guys might think yours is screwed, but at least your big parties tend to get in with a majority. For 8+ years now, Canada has had a minority government. Our party that won, the party that won, has less than a majority in our Senate. They can't do anything without allying with another party. Because there's 5 parties that hold seats. Which basically means it doesn't matter if, the big party won. If you're part of one of the 2 biggest parties, it doesn't matter if yours won. You're not going to have a majority. Your party is going to have to bow to the whims of one of the smaller parties just to get anything done. Because it's a minority government. I was a global politics student and I refused to vote. The irony of that is not lost on me. I mean, it is better for people that support the smaller parties. Like the NDP up here is one of the bigger of the smaller parties. They're usually the ones that get to sit back and go, no, you guys listen to our demands if you want anything done. And they don't seem awful, but... Yeah, stop. Oh, I didn't stop. I was holding the brake. I was going way too fast. Objects in motion and all that. And like the NDP are the ones currently that are pushing the hardest for universal basic income, which would be really nice if it passes. It's not going to, but if it passed, it would be really nice. And from its original proposal, it's already been gutted to hell. But, you know, it's at least would be something. Predominantly still be a program to help people who are in poverty get out of poverty. Which, you know, is a pretty nice thing to do. And I probably only majorly support because I do live under the poverty line. Oh, excuse me. And it sucks. And yeah, also, as you may guess, anytime you might find yourself in my stream here, this is just kind of a place where almost no topic is off limits, and I will engage in really any conversation. Ah, yes, the SS. That's actually something that would basically up here, though technically it's social services I'm referring to, that if universal basic income passes, social services is just going to be basically disbanded outside of where it's still necessary. And that's going to put so many assholes out of work, and I'm going to be so happy. I have never had a positive interaction with anybody in that agency. Starting from way back when I was like 5. Because that is an interaction that is still like burned into my brain. Wait, where am I going for that? Oh, straight ahead. Okay. I think. Could I have my GPS back? Yeah, okay, the scales are right in front of me. But when I was 5, I had got my first cat. It was a stray. We named her Pee-wee because that's just what she responded to. She wouldn't respond to anything else. This cat claimed me. Like, it wasn't so much I got the cat was brought in and we were looking for its owner because it's a stray. It probably has an owner. No owner was ever found, so we got to keep her. The moment she saw me, that cat claimed me as her human. But she was a stray. She was pregnant. She had kittens. Now imagine you're a 5-year-old. Your cat has just had kittens. 4 little tiny beans of just love. You then, shortly after, have random strangers in blue shirts from social services show up at your home and tell the little yourself as a 5-year-old that your cat's kittens that you're so excited about, so happy with, would need to be rehomed or put down. because we had too many animals in the house. The kittens weren't even, like, they weren't even in the double digits of weeks old. And he said it to me like that was a good thing. That, oh, they'd have to be rehomed or put down. And he really made emphasis on the putting them down. Like, and I wasn't a dumb kid. I knew what that meant. And I was obviously crying from that interaction. And he tried to play it off like I was crying because my parents were angry. No, they were angry because he made me cry. Like, my mother was furious. We still have one of those kittens. We kept all 4 of them. Only one of them is still alive because that was... God, that was a long time ago. I'm 25 now. That was like 20 years ago. God's Ferb is basically 20 years old. Jesus. She's old. But like my next interaction with the SS I can remember was after moving to the town we're in now from my hometown. My mother's on assistance for disability. She fell a while, like a few years back, and pinched a nerve in her elbow, and she just really doesn't have use of her left hand anymore. It's just gone. She has like she can use her, like, her index finger and her thumb well, but the rest of her hand just doesn't work properly. Because she had pinched the nerve and then didn't go get treatment for it because she didn't know she had pinched the nerve. She just fell, hurt her elbow. It'll get better. But she's on it for that. And when we moved here, for her to stay on her disability, I had to go through a work readiness program. And we at one point had toyed with the idea of where I was unemployed to get unemployment assistance from the SS. Just, for that added bit of income to help me get a job. And I was told, in no uncertain terms, that if I got on assistance, my mother would lose hers. Which is where I have had no income for the past, well, basically 9 years. Because I'm not gonna take her income away. It's not gonna happen. I was also told they think I'm insane because I made a joke about living like a vampire. I mean, I kind of do. I don't go out into the daylight much. I mean, you probably can't tell from the lighting, but I am pale. I don't go out into the daylight much. I have an anxiety disorder as well, so, like, going into public is not easy for me. I have a severe social anxiety. Like... So I stay up at night. I get up when the sun goes down, and I go to sleep before the sun comes up. I live like a vampire. I was joking. I was just making casual conversation with the social worker that I was made to talk to, that I didn't even know they were taking this seriously. I was just told I should talk to them. Then they then informed me they wanted me to get a mental health evaluation because I clearly was not sane. Because I joked about living like a vampire, because I kind of do. Yeah, I don't like the SS. There's a reason I refer to them as the SS. I know they're not as bad, but... I'm a history nerd. The funny thing is also that mental health checkup they wanted me to get, I'm still waiting for a phone call back from the hospital. It's been 3-4 years. I went to the hospital in person and was like, hey, so the social services wants me to have a mental health check. And they're like, oh no, you have to call. Okay. So I called. And I got no answer. I kind of wish I'd had a cell phone. I would have called literally standing in front of them. Like... So I am, like, nervously close to this vehicle in front of me. I would back up, but I don't know what's behind me. I can't see. Yeah, I don't mean to complain so much. I just really hate the SS and will be very glad if UBI passes so that they're put out of jobs. Like, I'm sure there's some good people that work in social services. Like, I'm sure there has to be some, but I've never encountered them. Oh, my music stopped. Well, I'll get the music going again. It's a red light. I have time. Yeah, that'll happen. I know when I tend to joke with people I don't know what I'm talking to in person, I can guarantee I come across as very awkward because, once again, I have a severe social anxiety. Like, I'm gonna come across as awkward because I've gone through my life so far avoiding interacting with people as much as possible. Yeah, let's try this one. This one should be easier. Yeah, this one will definitely be easier. Okay, I can do this. Maybe not. Problems. I was not paying attention to my trailer. I'm gonna drive into there, and I'm gonna pull out, and this one will be easy. And then I almost tip. Okay. Nope, wrong way. Opposite direction. I'm gonna end up next to the spot. Aren't I? Yeah. Yeah, I am. God damn it. Now, if only they wanted it at that door. Well, they kind of do. I'm just not quite in the right position. Well, the one next to it. So I could probably more easily get it into the one right next to it. Alright. Pull forward here. Get mostly straightened out. Opposite direction. Opposite direction, brain. Damn it. I can make this work. I'll just push that other trailer out of the way. I'm getting further from the spot. Okay, I didn't even know you could push those. I thought they were solid objects. Almost got this. Almost. Now I went too far. Think. Maybe. I know this is definitely not how this is done, but... It's in the right spot. You can't tell me that's not in the right spot. I'm just not in the right spot. I'm doing this so I had a quick job. Me spends probably... I've already spent probably half as long as this job took just doing this. That other trailer. Gods. Okay, bit like that. Bit back the other way. No. Darn it. I will do this. I apologize for it going dark and light again so much. I'm probably gonna give this like one more go. I'm so close, and I know it. Wait! Aha! I did it! That took forever. I did it! 40 XP! That's mostly why I don't do those. It's just not worth the effort. But yeah, I am going to need to end things off here so I can go about getting myself ready for photo ID. Just a note, this isn't my normal time for streaming. I normally stream like about 8 hours ago. 8-9 hours ago. Around like 11 PM Atlantic time is usually when I try to aim for. But yeah. Thank you everyone that may have come out and watched. And hopefully I shall see you next time I possibly stream. Don't know when that might be, but it might be sometime soon, maybe. I don't know. I don't have a schedule for this. I used to. Don't anymore. See you all later.